Hey guys, Tightrope here, bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Alliance of Defiance. Playing today, spawning in the north, we have Zappa playing as the British forces. Going for special weapons. Teaming up with him is Tonny. Tonny? I'm not sure. Playing as US forces with Airborne. From the south, we have Azxc with Ostheer, who has Fishing Armour, German mechanized and fortified armor, and finally Sir Ducksworth with OKW immediately going for elite armored. In terms of rankings here, random team on the allied side, both around 140, okay, close enough, and Azxc are on a range team 220. Beacon coming up down here. Looks like a pretty meta Pathfinder start from Tonny. Double Pio for AZ. No machine gun. Up against the Brit player on his side of the map. It's interesting. I know that quite a lot of players, Ostheer players are going like no machine gun starts against Pathfinder starts. But you know, you can like look through the fog of war, see the base splats, see what army's going to be on your side of the map. Don't have to guess that you're going to be up against the Pathfinders. Okay, the Six is doing well here, but they're still out in the open. Trying to get into cover, get that cover bonus going. So Randy is outnumbered ultimately. I was trying to contribute, but get focused down very quickly. Pathfinders though outnumbered, slowly losing. Sternpie is working well on the side, interrupting some Pathfinders trying to plant a beacon. Wow, they can keep planting that while they're retreating, huh? Alright. And good moves there from Ducksworth, forcing a lot of retreats, didn't take too much damage. AZ though, really struggling, gonna go for an early sniper here. Usually if players go for an early sniper, they don't go for an extra pioneer. Oh, that was really bad. It's like a missed retreat as well. End up retreating this instead of the intended unit. Ouch. Here comes the universal carrier. Hasn't really seen any action. Straight away has to contend with the 221. But does do well against 221 until this gets upgraded to the 223. Wins the head-to-head. There we go. 221 trying to get around the side. Eyes on the run though. Too much firepower there by Tonny. Sternpies though, they do don't drop any models, so pretty good in terms of manpower. Meanwhile, AZ's sniper camped up over here on hold fire mode. Only one grenadier now to defend it against you know, like a universal carrier push or anything like that, so a little bit risky. And yeah, because the sniper is so expensive, that's kind of why most players don't go for an extra Pio. After building that expensive sniper, you kind of need all the manpower you can get to build grenadiers to have enough Fausts nearby to keep it safe from that kind of light vehicle pressure. Nice Pathfinders just camped up over there. 221 getting repaired up. Battle group upgrading to mechanized now. Do need that mechanized. The 223 upgrade. Here comes a bazooka lands. 221 needs to get out of there. Sternpie's going to try hold out, but they're dropping very quickly. Oh boy. Pathfinder snipes. Of course, those Sternmies to drop off very quickly there. Now that was a sloppy move from Ducksworth. very easily avoided loss.
Crew, stand ready.
And here we go. Sniper getting chased off by a 221. 222 in the build now, and a reasonable time for AZ. Not AEC coming in for Zappa. Does not have an AT gun in the build yet either. So opening the door, there could be a 222 on the field right now. 6 minutes. Chasing this down. He's only got one snaring squad. Should have an anti-tank gun before going for bolster, I would say. If you're going to build the universal carrier, gotta give something that 222 wants to chase down and kill. So a few little issues. Building the AT gun now, or you can build tank gun sections as well. Has hit 2 command points. Gone for bolster. Makes a little bit less sense. They are, generally a no bolster strat type unit. Snare in there, but here we go. The engineer's slightly out of position. Anti-tank grenade on cooldown. And gonna chase this down easily. AT gun's rolling out now, but too slow.
Armored vehicle gone.
So yeah, that was a really bad move from Zappa. Trying to get too much done before building an anti-tank gun or an AEC, something to counter the 222. And ends up losing the universal carrier because of it. Wow. Lucky the sniper didn't hit that mine, honestly. Oh, here comes a Stewart. Picks out the 222, gonna chase down the sniper. What? Okay, wants to save his 50 cal. I think he could have just saved it anyway. I don't think he needed the Stewart to save this. That was a missed opportunity to kill the sniper. Maybe didn't notice it? I'm not sure. Either way, Stewart arriving in a nice timing to capitalize on that mine. Sniper heal back up, but not up here to assist against all these sections. Engineers very close to Vet 1. Once they do get that, they will start to overwhelm these pioneers in this close range fighting. Oh wow, is Zappa gonna go for the half track? Okay. Let's see how it goes. You may have seen me making use of this half track in some of my tournament games. Yeah, it's a tough one. With the Vickers being bugged, I feel like it's just basically never worth buying, honestly. But, as much as I enjoy building it, it's just not effective enough. The Vickers is just a bit too weak with its moving performance being so poor. And as a unit itself, this half track has so much worse stats than the US Forces version. It makes it quite cumbersome to move around. It's just doesn't get the Vet 1 speed bonus either, which is one of the main get out of jail free cards for that USF M3. So yeah, I would generally not recommend building this. One benefit though of the M3 is that inside a troop transport units only have a 40% moving accuracy penalty as opposed to all the other penalties. So the fact that the Vickers is bugged doesn't really matter when it's inside the M3. So yeah, put a double Vickers squad inside. You're away laughing. But late retreat there from Tonny. Rear echelon goes down. Got a Raketin right there. For some reason backing away from the Stewart though. opportunity. He's doing well in close range. After providing some forward map presence. But yeah, I do plan to release a video on the Vickers covering this kind of topic, so everybody knows. It's fresh on my mind. Okay, got a Faust off, but the Raketen a little bit too far back for the follow-up, really. Maybe if it wasn't mucking around back here for so long earlier, might have been able to get the kill there.
Go ahead. Ready for orders.
I'll push on to this cut-off here, but there's just so many Axis units. Bit of a waste of manpower for Zappa. Destroy cover to clear off the sandbags. Open up that heavy cover again. Flamethrower getting involved now. Vickers setting up, but about to get flanked by these LMG Grenadiers. Let's get out of there. Gonna get rifle-nated and sniped. Stayed in the heavy cover though, soaked the grenade damage. I think that was a good move, given how late the machine gun packed up. If he tried to exit out, probably would have taken more from that rifle-nade. A good choice by Zappa. Second 50 cal out for Tonny as well. Most players end up going for like a para service second machine gun, but a huge difference either way. Does have a major out. I'm quite close to the fuel for a medium tank, and given that he hasn't gone for any anti-tank guns yet, probably will need to be a Sherman instead of a Scott. Because otherwise it's going to be massively under strength in the anti-tank department. Oh, this is a bit risky. This could be the end of the major. Yeah.
We lost an infantry unit. They got wiped out.
Bad control there from Tonny. It's really where the tactical map comes in your favor. You notice things like that so quickly. Tonny just had no idea that he was losing that unit. Too focused on the other side of the map.
Standing by for setting of command post.
Beacons up all over the show though, so providing some nice intel on what the Axis units are up to.
A capture point is
50
being
cal in the
overrun.
center, getting to work. Ooh, close call. Pack nearly finishing off the M3. That was a very lucky break. Oh, engineers. With a bit of chase down, they might have got them. Missed opportunity there for Zappa. And it is going to be a Scott first for Tonny. This is extremely risky. No anti-tank grenades with the mass pathfinders. No AT gun. One bazooka lieutenant, that's it. Oh, and the steward, I suppose, but it's not going to stop an Axis medium rampaging through the lines.
Heavy machine gun, displace!
Good news is, though, AZ actually extremely late on the tech up. So actually very far away from the medium tank right now. He's just gone for masses of infantry. Did end up going for an MG. Picked up another Grenadier here, so delaying his medium tank timing. Maybe think he's going to go for like a straight tier 4 strategy. So it looks like Tonny's going to get away with this one. But very easily could get punched by a fast Axis medium Ducksworth. Looking to get his tick down now. We'll put it inside the base, okay. You have the concentrated fire operation, very good at killing off Wicked bases.
A gun crew has been lost.
But yeah, the Vickers is, okay in stationary fire mode. It's just, when it's supposed to be close to a bomb performance. Getting such poor moving performance is a real limiting factor for the Vickers. Scott now in the centre though. Got a little bit of damage done there. The sniper packs rolling up. Okay, going for a bit of a drive around with the engineers in sight. Not 2-2-1 flanking around, but the Stuart's there to try and defend it. Chasing through the smoke. 2-2-3, a little bit too fast for the Stuart. Does manage to get away. Close call there for Ducksworth. So he has deployed the engineers, getting them into close range. But here comes a big old blob. LMG Grenadiers has to get out of there fast. Engineers are at that awkward stage. Vet 2, not quite Vet 3, so very squishy. Looking down fast. Got a bunch of bars on these Pathfinders now. Ducksworth could be fielding a medium tank right now. AZ meanwhile has gone for Fortified Armour. It's going to be the Bombardier first, or is it going to be a straight Elephant Storm? That's the big question. It's okay, drop Vickers K there. It's another thing I'm not too sure about. Oh, there goes the M3. The Vickers drop rate. I don't know if it got reduced in the same way that bars have a reduced drop rate.
Jerry has 300 points remaining.
On for USF.
We're losing a capture point.
They do seem to drop quite often. It's another reason not to use them.
Units are now ready to use Anvil defensive drills and tactics.
Here we are, ultimately. A sniper, 23 kills now. Really starting to pick up. These allied light vehicles got forced off, and Zappa seems he's forgotten about this machine gun, or maybe it's bugged. Ends up losing it there. Jumps on it with the Grenadiers, but the Royal Engineers have some big damage. And it looked like he couldn't retreat the machine gun either, so maybe it really is bugged. Unfortunate. Gonna try jump on it with the Pyos now. But again, it doesn't seem like it can move. Seems like that machine gun is completely bugged. Meanwhile, 50 goes down the center. To what though? I'm not entirely sure. To the sniper maybe? It's so far away, I don't know. Strange. Killed off by the ATM. If he realizes he can't pick it up. Compass coming there by Tonny. Oh, Grenadiers go down fast in the center. That Barfinder blob. Troubling. And Ducksworth, what was he doing this whole time? This Panzer IV is so late in production. Giving the Allies so much time to work with here, with their extremely light on anti-tank builds. In fact, Zappa is going straight for the Crocodile, and he's going to get it out at a similar timing to the first Panzer IV Ducksworth arrives with. And wow, AZ also going for a Panzer IV. I was not expecting this. I thought he was going for like a tier 4 Bombardier Elephant composition, pretty standard stuff, but goes for a 20-minute Panzer IV. This is not how you want to be playing. those Panzer IVs out at a reasonable timing, but there we go, actually knocks out the Stuart. So a good start there for Ducksworth, and as I was saying, Tonny just has no answer. He's got the Jackson in the build now, just got the resources for it. So backing away, AT gun there in a good position to defend, keeping that Scot safe, but Panzer IV coming in from the other side, mass retreat from the infantry sections. Some attack rounds there, but it looks like they're missing. And here comes the crocodile now for Zappa. Is getting to work here, burning away. A couple of good hits in as well. These grenadiers getting quite low to the pool of flames left behind. The crocodile coming back, and this is quite risky. Takes an engine crit. Staying with it, building a second squad of engineers. Engineers have been upgraded to heavy. I think typically, you know, this is where Anvil does make more sense oftentimes with the crocodile. I'm going to try and repair it up as fast as possible.
RE Sappers reporting in.
And the repair speed from heavy makes a big difference in that department. Still have 2 engineers available, 2 sections available with pyrotechnics, so you could start to use some of those airburst shells potentially as well. From the Anvil upgrade. Oh wow, held down on the Panzer IV, camping out the centre. Jackson coming around the corner, finds the P4, forces it away. Oh, 6-pounder dies out the back there. The sniper getting in really deep. Getting the D crew. Engineers going to jump back on it. Here comes the crocodile again, but we've got a Stug here now and a Tiger weak point. Crocodile's in some trouble. Being absolutely blasted here. Everything's penetrating the croc. Wow.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
That is a tough pill to swallow for Zappa.
We have lost a pack gun.
I don't know if he bounced a single shot there on this crocodile. It's one of those rage-inducing moments. I think every shot from the pack, Stug and Panzer IV all penetrated. I don't think I saw a single bounce. Horrendously bad luck with the crocodile there. Oh wow. A bit too slow on the smoke perhaps. Scott ends up falling as well. Big blows there by the Axis, the Allies. After a strong start. Suffering some massive losses. Now Ducksworth going to back that up with a Jagdpanzer. See Zappa really down the dumps on PopCap. Still ages away in terms of fuel from it. The next crocodile as well, if that's what he wants to rebuild. So that'll be a very tough stall. Might have to go for something in the interim. Maybe a Firefly. Problem is, you know, he's still up against a sniper. So if he does go straight for the Firefly, won't have a very good answer to that. But otherwise, we'll have trouble dealing with the Stug and the hull down tank. The problem again is that the Vickers is just not reliable enough against the LMG Grenadiers. It's bad moving performance. Oh wow, Volksgrenadiers go down to the major artillery. A little sloppy there from Ducksworth, not getting out of harm's way. Okay, we've got a mortar pit out the back, so that's going to be the attempted answer to the green blobs, maybe to the sniper as well with some smoke. Could be pretty handy. I was going to say, oh, what was this? What was that AT gun doing? It's blitzing in. He wants to get the kill. Oh, misses the kill shot though. Jackson lucky to escape. Should be able to decrew this AT gun now though. Oh, what was he doing? He's trying to get away. Oh, Ducksworth, that was a bad play.
An entire gun crew.
He just stayed on top of the AT gun. Didn't allow it to shoot there. Would have been fine. I suppose maybe worried about the Jackson coming back in to finish him off, but that was not the way. But good support play from Zappa coming in there with the AT nades. Tonny might not have got the kill otherwise. The AT grenades really sealed the fate of that Panzer IV. Ducksworth does not steal away this AT gun, at least yet, either. Probably would have been a good idea, though, if he had the opportunity to. Use of the regular mortar barrage here. Some major artillery out the back as well. Sometimes it can be nice to just use the regular mortar barrage, where you don't have to experience that super long cooldown of the heavy barrage all the time. Oh wow! Panzer IV goes down. Azxc quite slow getting out of harm's way. And the machine gun also falling to the Scot, but the Scot goes down to the Jagdpanzer. Oh no! And the Jagdpanzer going to skate out of harm's way. The Jackson coming in, but it's one shot off. It's not going to be enough for the kill. Sounds like a few of these Grenadiers have picked up a few Vickers now as well. Engineers eventually getting the job done there. Branching out to their edges. Zappa has not gone for another tank in the meantime, so it looks like it's going to be another Crocodile store. Probably would have picked up a second AT gun by now to assist in the vehicular defense. Luckily, Azxc kind of donating that Panzer IV kill. And still with a huge amount of infantry. Has he built a fresh MG42 now? Close to his pop cap limit. Whatever tank he was planning to get. It's going to be delayed now because of that expenditure, manpower expenditure. Work there. Take care of that mine. There we go. Mortar pit hits vet. Ogres do escape. There's some smoke coming in from the infantry support gun, but now that's under a bit of pressure. Heavy mortar strike landing as well. So relatively close on the victory points. Allies with a 75-point lead. And a rebuild on the Vickers here for Zappa. It's okay, but it's it's just going to get sniped, and unless you've got it sitting behind heavy cover, it's actually kind of at risk of getting decrewed frontally by this LMG green blob as well, because it's just so bad when it comes to suppression. Can't rely on it to suppress in time, and Zappa dropping down the concentrated fire operation here. It's not really hit anything with it though. Generally a better idea to try drop that when you're making an attack when a bit more is going on, so your opponent is overwhelmed and maybe can't dodge it so easily. Bit of a waste of munitions there. But so far I don't think there have been many good hold the line opportunities. Axis haven't really pushed into enemy territory that often. Maybe that one dive by the Panzer IV after the Jackson would be the only chance that I saw for it. Recon plane up in the air. No anti-air from the Allies, and probably not going to build any either. Would require Zappa to probably build
The capture point is being
both fours or
overrun.
the Centaur.
There's a crocodile ready to cause all
Over here we
kinds
go.
of havoc.
Croc's being brought back in. Panzer can pop the heat shell, so it's a pretty good counter to the crocodile. Really, extra bit of penetration from the heat shells does make a big difference against the croc. This is a lot of vision from this recon plane. Just coming in for a bit of a push here. Maybe push this unit into the machine gun arc, but drives himself into the AT gun arc in the process. Another bit of major artillery coming in. MG for Ducksworth in some trouble, those Pathfinders. Dropping it down fast. AT gun trying to back this up for Tonny. There's V2 on the Jagdpanzer. Here comes the Croc, and Azxc really does not have the answer to this, and just built a Brumbier as well. So he's kind of relying on one Stug to fight off this Croc, which is a scary proposition. No, he's got the AT gun back here as well. I thought it might have got destroyed for good. It's a little bit dicey. Oof. Threatening the Jackson there.
Our capture point.
Got a
They're trying to take
second
it.
Jackson. It's the low vet one that was in trouble. Oh, is this the end of the Stug? Gets out of there in time. He does have Panzer Tactician, making use of it there. That's where the second AT gun probably come in handy for Zappa. Probably would have killed the Stug there. He had it. But things are going pretty smoothly overall. Now that the second crocodile's on the field. Ducksworth kind of looks like he's saving for the King Tiger. He's got them mechanized out. Fair way off in terms of manpower though, especially if he's getting bled by these bar finders. But, you know, with that Scott having died at some stage, it did slow down the bleed quite a lot. But getting a few nice hits in there out the back. A decent way to try to execute this maneuver is to kind of come forwards with your crocodile, scout out the pack location, maybe drop a heavy mortar strike slightly behind them. Back off with your crocodile, wait a couple seconds, come back in with your crocodile. Once the heavy mortar shells start to land. And maybe you can threaten the decrew on the AT gun. Especially if the mortar shells land. A lot of damage there on the crocodile though, has to back out. Tug of war over there. Central VP has been neutral a long time. Finally the 34-minute mark where one team drops under halfway on the victory point clock. Sniper's still alive for Azxc. Has dropped off a little bit on the rate of kills. Keeping alive, the most important thing. damage from those heavy mortar hits though. That was a bit of a close one. Oh, finds the AT gun out of position. That's going to go down. Oh, and there goes the Scot. Tonny doesn't get out of there in time. That's not good for Tonny. I believe, you know, with the heat shells, that Jagdpanzer does two-shot the Scot. So it can be hard to avoid, and that's a pretty good counter. I think it's part of the reason why I see a lot more elite armored these days, because we see so much of this Pathfinder Scot spam. And the heat shells are such a good counter to that, being able to two-shot those Scots if you find the opportunity. Okay, planes brought in here by Tonny, doing a decent chunk of damage. Looks like it does buy the Jacksons a bit of time to get aggressive. They're coming in. 53 trying to get out of there now. Just going to back off. Oh, he's going back in. 47s are still in the air though. Required quite a lot of damage from another set of P-47s to finish the job there. Crocodile meanwhile taking a few hits here, getting hit by the target weak point. Machine guns though getting decrewed by the mortar pit, I believe. Crocodile getting away safe. Come the planes. Stu could be in some trouble. Attack rounds. Oh, both miss by Zappa. Stu quite fast getting away here. Decent attempt with the attack rounds. Does not get the reward. Azxc just about saved enough for the elephant now though. Is that going to be the turning point for the Axis? Ducksworth also just about there for the King Tiger. That's going to be a massive power spike. Tonny with the double Jacksons in a good position to defend this, but those two Scot losses hurting him. These are overs starting to get quite nasty on Vet now as well. Hard to handle. And we'll jump back on the pack just before the 6-pounder finishes it off. I really do think Zappa should have upgraded these Tommies with the extra vision with the pyrotechnics. Makes a big difference. There's just crazy munis free at this stage. That way, you know, you can maybe avoid running into this AT gun as frequently with the Crocodile. Get a bit more efficiency with it. There's the one Vickers on this now, it looks like. Okay, here we go. Pathfinders trying to put up a beacon there, get interrupted by the KTs, upgrade that with the commander, of course. Here comes the elephant now. This is going to be challenging for the allies. Firefly in the build for Zappa. It's going to bring him very close to his pop cap limit as well. This is the time when you consider putting some Piets on your engineers. Does kind of need a little bit of extra anti-tank at this stage, but having trouble fitting it in his pop cap. Don't know exactly when Zappa built these medics, but sometimes, you know, if you've been relying on Tommy healing during the early game, it can be better just to put a forward assembly back here for healing. That way it frees up a tiny bit more pop cap. You don't have to have those medics taxing your pop the entire game. And that 2 extra pop can sometimes allow you to squeeze in an extra anti-tank gun or something like that. It does take a long time to build that forward assembly in your base. It's a decent option. bit of major artillery there. It's causing the OKW troops to scatter. Oh, there's some big damage on the Firefly. Trying to get out of here. Recon plane up in the air. And still no anti-air for the Allies. T-Gun in a good position though. Stuck making a bit of a move. A lot of bounces though. Here comes the Stug. Crocodile misses the Brumbier, targeting the AT gun. The T-gun's focusing on the Brumbier. Crocodile getting blinded, but it doesn't really matter. The Firefly coming back and finishes off the Stug. The Brumbier though decreased the AT gun. Could recover that with this squad or maybe one of the healthy engineer squad. Really needs that AT gun, but he's not going to get on it, is he? Gives up the position.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Jackson's though coming in from the side. And some good hits on the Jagdpanzer. Oh! Elephant spins around though, nearly takes out that Jackson. That's actually interesting. Like the heat shells can change the shots to kill when combined with the elephant. Usually, you know, like 4 shots, or like 2 regular shots and 1 elephant shot is just not quite enough damage, but the Jagdpanzer is using the heat shells. For I think even one of those hits, I think it would be enough damage at that stage. So it makes it quite strong for Ducksworth to just activate on. Hope that his teammate with the elephant can mop it up. Azxc though making a pretty big mistake, backed all the way off with the elephant to here to repair. Should have just left it on the front lines and killed off the 6-pounder. Zappa able to field himself another Firefly though. Well, not quite actually, he's 2 pop caps short of that. Can't quite squeeze it in.
Sherman Firefly complete.
Elephant, no, repaired back up. Crocodile takes a big old hit, and the King Tiger's coming down here as well. Pops the heat shells. Crocodile trying to get away. Here goes the Vickers. That frees up enough room in the army for the second Firefly. Does have turret rockets upgraded on one of them. Turret rockets are one of the better counters to these big boys. Being able to jam them in place. They're so slow. Trouble moving away from them, and allow your other forms of anti-tank to really light them up while they're stunned like that. Jackson's vetting up steadily for Tonny, or Tonny. Okay, here we go. Fireflies coming in from the side on the King Tiger, but there is the Ostheer AT gun sitting right there. King Tiger drops down some artillery in the center. Keeps trying to plant these beacons down, which is kind of interesting. Just, you could leave a Pathfinder on hold fire, just camouflage somewhere. Might be more useful. Recon planes up in the air. Zappa has to fall all the way back. Tonny does have enough munis for another set of planes now though. Azxc is quite far forwards. Here come the Fireflies. Got the packs there as well. Here goes one Firefly. The Crocodile rolling up, looking for the decry on the pack. Goes down quickly. But now with an engine crit sitting in front here. Really needs some shield rockets. Oh, one more shot and that Croc is dead. He could pop off some smoke to try cover. Try force the elephant into some attack groundwork. Tries to jump back on the pack, but quickly decrewed. There's still some flames there, and the Vickers taking care of him. They still have double Vickers on that squad at least. Able to recover that Firefly and repair it back up with the double heavy engineers very quickly though, so even though it got killed and abandoned, very quick recovery on that for Zappa. But Allies did get forced all the way back. Problem is, it's hard for the Allies to get any engine crits going. I don't think we saw Zappa plant any mines the entire game that I'm aware of. And Tonny doesn't have any snaring squads, so
Points are down to 300.
it's tough to finish the job on these Axis tanks if they never have engine damage. Jackson's parked way out the back there. Panzer now in cautious movement almost constantly. Allies still a pretty similar victory point margin at this stage, 75-ish. Dropping down the plains, the double Jacksons getting going here. No Panzer though, Vet 5, formidable. There goes one of them. Elephant joining in, but the King Tiger now one shot. And there it goes. Jackson able to finish the job. Elephant spinning around here. Oh, but there we go, the heat shells adding up. The tulip rockets though, coming in from the side. Crocodile diving in, hoping that the main gun can get the job done. The double Fireflies. Oh, but they get their attention diverted. Going for the Brumbeer instead. The Crocodile, though, trying to get onto the rear armor of the Elephant. And down it goes. Brumbeer also falling. AZ. Very slow reactions. Didn't do anything. If he threatened a couple Fausts here with the Grenadiers, maybe could have got away with his tanks, but just got completely overwhelmed, it seemed, by that push. Didn't know what to do, in a full panic state. And ends up losing both his big tanks. Going for a Panther now, looking to salvage this. Well, the Elephant's on cooldown. But the Panther, I feel like, is just going to get farmed by these double Fireflies at this stage. Is he in a very awkward position now after that Elephant loss? Just the Elephant, you know, what was it doing? It was like backing around here, exposing its rear to the double Fireflies. Don't know what it was up to. Ducksworth traded alright, you know, took down double Jacksons for the King Tiger and the planes. Not ideal, but acceptable, but AZ, oh, those are some nasty losses. Pack also getting decrewed and destroyed as well. And now there's not much to stop the Crocodile. It's up to the Jagdpanzer. And the Jagdpanzer alone. We have a flak half track from Ducksworth at some stage. Try to shoot down those US planes. And here we go. Axis making a move, trying to finish off the Crocodile, but here come the Fireflies, the tulip rockets popping off. Looks like one connected from each, and then another set of planes from Tonny coming in. Boom, boom, and there goes the Panther. P-Greens go down as well. MG42 decrewed by the heavy mortar. Oh, AZ, what was that? That was a big throw. Flak Panzer does end up shooting down those, flak half track. Shooting down those planes just before it goes down to them. Here we go, a fresh King Tiger for Ducksworth. Still have those double Fireflies and even higher on veterancy now. Tonny still has one Jackson himself. And one AT gun, but maybe not for long. Over's about to take care of that. Just about get another Jackson anyway, though. Double Jackson, double Firefly. Just about up to Ducksworth to solo all that. T-gun in the build now for AZ. Oh, Jagdpanzer snipes off a Scott with the heat shells. But here come the Fireflies from the side. Bit of a traffic jam there. Ducksworth getting stuck on his own King Tiger, and it costs him his Vet 5 Jagdpanzer. Oh no. Now it's just solo King Tiger. Can't squeeze a Raketin into his build. Oh, he's now trying to make a move onto another VP, try and close the show here. They've got a strong lead. See the massive differential in army size. What's that, like 75? That's a lot. Try to take out the Axis now before that extra manpower income helps them make this comeback. The Fireflies coming in from the side on this King Tiger does not have the Vet 1 vision yet with the spearhead mode, so a lot easier to sneak up on the King Tiger. And there we go, big damage. King Tiger on its way home, but nothing to stop the Crocodile coming down this side and just rampaging through these Grenadiers. It's draining out for the Axis. Fireflies hanging around here, getting a few hits on the King Tiger, but the pack is there. It's enough to force them away for now, but here comes the Crocodile. Catches the pack, chasing it down. Chasing it all the way to base. Gonna get the D-Crew, the double Fireflies now coming in for the King Tiger. Oh, there goes the flak half track. And there goes the King Tiger. Tulip rockets to try to finish the job. Not necessary, but that's it. Seems like the Axis is going to throw in the towel there. Ouch. So yeah, first Crocodile didn't go too well for Zappa, but yeah, that big tank engagement over here for AZ, just really poor handling of his units. It seemed like he just got completely overwhelmed. If he just ran a couple Grenadiers forwards to snare the Fireflies, because I think both of them would have taken an engine crit from one Panzerfaust. I think they were low enough on health for that to happen. And he could have got away with his tanks pretty easily after that, but instead the Grenadiers kind of stood here doing nothing the entire time while the tanks kind of spun around in circles and died. Seemed like AZ letting down Ducksworth a bit, but Ducksworth making some good plays with the heat shell. Jagdpanzer took out a lot of Scots of Tonny before he had much of a chance to react. I don't think Tonny really used the smoke too much on the Scots to help them escape from the Jagdpanzer. Something to work on there. Tonny did a pretty good job of keeping those Jacksons alive as well, versing them up. I think when he made that big tank push, he had like a Vet 2 and a Vet 3 one. Very valuable. Making some moves. Zappa as well, I think, could have done with the pyrotechnics on these squads for the extra vision. Very important. Put some Piets on the engineers as well for a bit of extra anti-tank. Making use of the munis. Had a huge amount of muni float. AZ probably should have been spamming this recon plane a lot more as well with 400 munis in reserve. No anti-air for the allies. Got to abuse that to the absolute maximum. Doesn't happen too often, with Captain being much more popular with the anti-air half-track for USF and Centaur. We see a bit of Centaur play, but seen some Bofors as well to try to shoot down the planes. Got to make them pay for having no anti-air in these team games. But yeah, well done. Pretty, felt like a pretty even split in the early game, maybe the Axis was slightly behind on fuel control, leading to some slow mediums. So, I think Ducksworth started as medium about a minute late, and AZ, whew, this Panzer IV came in so slow. Would have been far better off going for like a straight tier 4 strategy. And that kind of allowed Tonny to get away with having no anti-tank. He didn't have any AT gun. He had like a 1 bazooka, 1 Stuart. No snares, no anything. Could have got hard punished for going for that Scott, but the tech timings were not really there for the Axis, and maybe, a little bit on the fuel, but a lot on the actual tech production. The battle phases, the tech planting down, really hurting the Axis here. But yeah, decent sniper control from AZ, kept it alive a very long time. And that made a big difference. That bled Zappa a huge amount of manpower. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you'd like to again be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.